Hello everyone and welcome to the Week 16 edition of Instant Replay, where I give you my take on the most controversial calls of the weekend. I'm Simon Borg. We start in Portland, where the Timbers had a goal by Fernando Adi, called back in the 14th minute. But you see that when the cross comes off the foot of Darlington Nagbe, Adi is clearly ahead of the last defender. Excellent call by assistant referee Mike Kampminer. Then things heated up toward the end of the game. In the 88th minute, the Timbers wanted a handball on defender Olien Kalan. You see here, three players are coming together for a header, and Kalan looks like he's extending his arm because he wants to make sure he's tight with the Timbers forward. And the ball hits it. It would have been a harsh penalty because the ball is going nowhere and his eyes are closed, but his arm is extended. We have the benefit of slow-mo here, but I'm not surprised that Armando Villarreal, the referee, perhaps couldn't see it in the jumble of players. 5 minutes later, more Kalan versus Adi, and the new Timbers DP wants a penalty, but it's more like a dive to me. Kalan has position on him, no penalty was the right call. Same story just moments later on the other end. Diego Chara gets better position on Suni Saad, and the KC player goes down. No penalty. Next to Colorado, where the Rapids earned a penalty in the 35th minute, and it was the right call by referee Ted Uncle. Nigel Reo-Coker attempts to shield the ball with his body, but Rapids forward Deshaun Brown simply beats him to it. Vicente Sanchez converts to make it 2-0 Rapids, and that's how the game would end. To Stanford Stadium in the California Classico, where Quakes fans perhaps wanted a penalty in the 20th minute for a supposed foul on Steven Lenhart. But although Kofi Opari has his hands on Lenhart, it doesn't look like he gives him a push. I think it's Yannick Jallo's shot that actually trips up Lenhart. Then in the 32nd minute, the Galaxy were the ones shouting for a penalty when this Giassi Zardes shot deflects off the arm of Brandon Barklage. You see how it deflects off one defender's leg and then makes its way to Barklage, whose arm is extended even though he's looking away from the ball. That's a handball to me, but referee Baldomero Toledo doesn't call it. We go cross-country to RFK Stadium, where DC center backs were getting physical with the Seattle Sounders. In the 27th minute, we saw two clashes within a matter of seconds. First, rookie Steve Birnbaum puts his arm into Chad Barrett. That's a foul, except I imagine referee Silvio Petrescu allowed for the advantage. Great, but now we look away from the ball and you see Bobby Boswell trying to lay a pick on Lamar Nagel. And it looks like he gets him in the chest area and Nagel goes down. That too was a foul in my opinion, but nothing more. 8 minutes later, Birnbaum challenges Marco Papa in the box, and he puts a hand on Papa, who just stops in his tracks. Except he doesn't get to call his own fouls. You see, just because Birnbaum's hand is on Papa, it's not enough to impede him. No penalty. Just before the half, the Sounders again wanted a penalty. You see here, Sean Franklin tries to body up Sounders forward Kenny Cooper as they chase this ball in the box. Based on what I see here, it looks like Cooper feels the contact and goes down. No penalty is the right call. Sounders still come away with the win 1-0. Only one red card in what was a fairly tame weekend on the rough challenges front. It came at StubHub Center, and it came early. 9th minute, and Luke Mulholland is a little over-aggressive on the challenge on Martin Rivero. Studs up and knee-high right in front of the referee. He leaves his team with 10 men, and they end up losing 1-0. RSL were hoping for a penalty in the 89th minute on this play where three players are chasing a 50-50 ball. More like a 33 1/3 ball. The Chivas defender, Donny Toya, wins it, and he pokes it away, as you can see here. Then all three, including goalkeeper Dan Kennedy, end up clattering into each other. Referee Kevin Stott does well not to whistle for a foul there. And one more play to highlight from this one. In the 16th minute, Leandro Barrera of Chivas USA is flagged offside on this through ball. And the replay is clear enough. Great call by assistant referee Felicia Mariscal. Lastly, we wind up in Harrison, New Jersey, where the Red Bulls and Toronto FC tied 2-2. And I thought there could have been a red card in this one. You see how TFC midfielder Colin Warner comes in, studs up at a 90-degree angle on new Red Bulls left back Ambroise Oyongo. Warner's late, and he endangers the safety of his opponent. To me, that was worthy of a red card, but referee Hilario Grajeda doesn't think so. And then we have an interesting scenario in the 73rd minute on the Gilberto goal. And we're not talking about the arguing between Gilberto and Jermaine Defoe. The Duke of Greenwich, also known as Nick Abbott on Twitter, pointed out how the goal should have been whistled for offside. And he's right. Just go to page 112 in the laws of the game, and you'll see that when a player is in an offside position and blocking the line of sight of a goalkeeper, as Jackson is doing here, then he should be called for it. But assistant referee Eric Weisbrod doesn't call it. I think he should have. That's all we have for this week. But before we sign off, a big thank you to our editor, John Benton, who has brought you all the images on Instant Replay from the very beginning. This is his last show as he leaves us for greener pastures. John, a big thank you, and of course, see you next time.